Hi, Kieran. You can hear me? I hope nothing crashes today. You know, I can hope and I can pray all I want, but what's up, Sean? Sorry. I'm feeling like my throat is so bad. That's why I'm here so late because I have this it just feels like not the front of my throat, but the actual back of my throat is all like chemically. It's going down, but um it was really bad this morning. Like at like 2 in the morning, it was cutting my throat. It was so weird. Like I had to go to the bathroom and I had to try and phlegm my throat. Like I know it sounds bad, but it was so sore. It felt like there was something just on the back of my throat. Ugh, it was horrible. No, it's not a bug. Myself and Nana nearly passed away last night. Legitimately, we could have passed away. It's crazy. It's crazy how easy it was as well. But so I finished stream yesterday and I went over to my cousin's house to drop her off some stuff for her baby because her baby is literally like a month and 3 days old. Um, then I went to the gym for like 2 hours. Night Raptor, thank you so much, dude. That's so nice of you. Um, so I went to the gym, and I have a heater here beside me, right? I would move it, but it's hot. But it was one of these, like it's a really old water heater, and the other one, I'm still in peak, of course I am. There's another one that's just like this, but it's like 20 years older than it, and it is beaten up to death, and my mum was like, take this, the broken one. And I was like, ma'am, that thing is beaten. That is not going to be good. And she was like, shut up, take it. I was like, okay. So I came home from the gym and I brought it into my room, and I had it beside my bed, like the way the side of the bed's here. So in my other room, it's kind of the same thing that I can put at the side of the bed, and I left it there. So I was in my room for 2 hours with the door closed. It's a lot bigger than this room. It's like 4 times the size of this room. But Orbster, thank you so much, dude. That's so nice of you, genuinely. Thank you, dude. Oh wow, wait. Where's my there? What? Oh wait, I didn't we did not get 37 subs already today. I'm confused. Yeah. But thank you so much, dude. Sorry, I think it's still recording from yesterday. There we go. Yes, she's being a good baby, but so myself and Nana were in the room next door, and I was nice and warm. I was warming up, and I thought I was, because I hadn't eaten a lot yesterday. I thought that maybe I was kind of dizzy from the gym because I was literally texting Snips, and I was in my room, and I was like having it's like 500 calories protein shake, um and I was feeling so dizzy, and I was putting down the phone to actually go to sleep because I thought it was like 9:30, and I was like, it's fine time to go to sleep anyway. But then fucking my mom beside me yelling at me, and I was like, I didn't even hear her come into the room, and she would have had to cross the room to come to me. And I was like, what is going on? And she was like, it smells so bad in here. I was like, she was like, the heater is leaking oil. And I was like, I was so dizzy. I couldn't even figure out like what she was saying. So I just kind of like got out of bed. Dude, Vash, thank you so much for the tier 3 for 6 months, man. That is crazy. Thank you, dude. You are such a legend. That is so nice of you, genuinely. Thank you so much. But yeah, the heater was leaking oil, and Mam could smell it all the way downstairs. And she came up the stairs because she was trying to find where the smell was, because she said it was really bad. I couldn't smell it because obviously I was hotboxed in it. So I went downstairs for like an hour then. Well, obviously turned off the radiator, opened the window. It was right beside the window, which is good. Me and Nana went downstairs because Nana was in the room too. She was there. Like, she was like heavily breathing. I didn't even notice. So we were brought down to the sitting room, and Mam was kind of just like watching us. Like, y'all okay? If one of you starts getting sick, that's when I call the ambulance. So I was really dizzy. Super, super dizzy for hours. Oh my god, dude, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anonymous. That's so nice of you, man. Thank you. That was weird. That was wild though. Because if Mam hadn't come to check on us, my mom doesn't normally come up to bed until like midnight. So, and she's on the other side of the house, so she would never come up the stairs. So I would have fallen asleep at 9:30, and she wouldn't have come up the stairs until 12. So I think that's definitely enough time to suffocate in your sleep. It's crazy. Was the plug-in oil heaters? It was a plug-in oil heater. Yeah. The ones for heating your room. It's a water heater. Yeah. There's chance this is I'm very lucky. I'm seeing it as, yeah, like I was very lucky. That's crazy. That was crazy. But that's why I'm late. So if you're wondering why I'm 2 hours late today, my throat feels like there's gick inside of it. And I'm just going to keep drinking water because I feel like my mouth is going extremely dry. Yeah, no, that was wild. So I'll just keep drinking water. And I was drinking protein as well because it's thick and milky, and I thought it would get rid of the chemical stuff in my mouth. Carbon monoxide detectors required by law in America. I don't know if they're required by law in Ireland because I don't think we have a carbon monoxide detector. Oh, I have the window open, like, I have the window open in my room, with the door closed, so that, because I can't leave the door open because if Nana goes out, she'll jump out the window, but, no, I have the window open with the door closed, so it can get some air. But yeah, wild night. I went to the gym as well. The gym was absolutely wedged. I didn't think the gym would be busy at 6:30 until 8 o'clock at night on a Monday. You know, I know a lot of you probably hear from big cities and stuff, and you're just like, Clara, it's always busy. But in like a small town, I think that's wild that it's open. Oh, it's not open, that it's that busy, because I literally had to swap because I was supposed to do leg day yesterday, and I ended up doing chest and back because there was way too many people and no one was using the chest exercise machines. So I was just like, guess I'm on chest. Gym, a good way to clear your mind. Facts. I'm lifting heavy and doing lots of floor exercises. Core on the floor and just pumping. But yeah, no. 55 kg. 55 kg. I have 7 kg to go for my goal. 7 kg, that's crazy. Like, I was really struggling to get to from 58 to 55. Now I have to get from 50. I don't know what should be my next goal. Because 50 is so far away from 55. I guess 53. Maybe 55. Well, I am 55, so done. 53. Yeah, 53. That sounds like, yeah, I guess, yeah. I like to split it into small goals. I think it's better because having like your end goal, sure, but I think you should have like small goals in between. Like when I get to 50 kg, I said I'd do something. I can't remember what I said I'd do, but I definitely could see it, like in like what I'm wearing today, that I have lost weight. But I wish I could show you, but there is no space for me to stand up here. Like, I got the heater here, I got the computer over here. I have no space. Hey, Sean, thank you so much for the 500 bits, dude. That's so nice of you. Thank you. But I'm going to try and get everything better this evening. Well, maybe not this evening, probably tomorrow, because my therapist actually cancelled my freaking therapy. What? He called me this morning when I was starting my makeup, and he was just like, family emergency, and I was like, well, if you have a family emergency, that's important. It's okay. See you next Wednesday. Didn't need that, but you know, that's okay. But it's fine. Sorry, my throat is, you know, being annoying. Your therapist can't even stand you. My therapist hasn't even met me yet, and he can't even stand me, man. That's how bad it is. That's the sad part, really, isn't it? Oh well. Did you get an editor? No. And I am not interested in looking for an editor right now. I am I haven't even done any work in like 6 days. Like, tomorrow is the first day that I'm actually going to sit down and do some work, because no, I haven't, since last Monday I haven't done any work. So I'll get back on it tomorrow. So I'm not looking for an editor. All I'm looking for is to get my shit together. My shit together. That is the best thing that I could hope for right now. Anyone else just trying to get their shit together? I'm trying to get it together as fast as possible without any pressures as well. That's why I haven't been pushing myself to do work. I know I'm here and I know I'm streaming, but like even finishing streaming for me right now is like, that's a lot for me. So I'm just, and I did put up a video actually earlier on YouTube, and I'm gonna look at some clips, if we have any clips from a stream from yesterday, and see if I can get some clips. So, and I have ideas for new short videos, so I am, on it. It's just, you got to give me a minute. But yeah, sorry, my throat is so sore. Oh my god. You still got some in the back from me for... Got some stuff? I don't know what you mean. But how was everyone's Monday evening? Or do you have any... Oh, you have some clips. Oh. Thank you. I'm clipless right now, so I'm going to have to go and check them and see if there's any. But thank you all for hanging out with me and always being understanding that I can't. Sometimes I gotta, and I was on a roll. I thought, with streaming for a minute, but I guess, it all ends. But if there's anything, like, I think the best thing that I could do right now is to do things. So if there's anything you guys would like to do, like on stream, anything like that, or anything I promised that I can't remember because I don't even have my notebook. And you know how attached I am to my notebook. I don't even have my notebook with me. So, like, if there's anything you'd like to do, or I said I would do and I've forgotten about it, please remind me. Frick, I completely... Do you know what? Do you want to know how bad it's been? I totally forgot we were doing a PS5 giveaway. Genuinely. That's crazy. Now that shows you how bad it's been. I forgot about the PS5 giveaway. Wow. Oh, the last Gordy. Yeah, I can't send any of those Gordys for a while, unfortunately. Hey Clara, been watching on YouTube this whole time. Forgot Twitch is the wave. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Twitch, dude, and thank you for watching on YouTube as well. I really appreciate you coming over and transitioning to Twitch. Thank you so much. You liked Gaslight District, right? Oh? Was that the show? Was that the show? Why? Is there an episode 2? We dropped to -2 overnight. No snow, just issues with the old shrink meter when I step out to water the tree. What's a shrink meter? What's Gaslight District? It's a TV show. It's not a TV show, but it's a YouTube show. It's from the same people who did Digital Circus. It's really good. It's kind of like, kind of gory. It's not really for kids as much as Digital Circus is. It's a bit like 15s, I'd say. you will see around Christmas. Oh, interesting. I hope there's new episodes coming out though, because it feels like they're doing a lot for a small studio, and like they're not really. I feel like I wish they would just focus on one show. It's great having loads of shows, but if you only have a small team, are you not going to overload your team? You know what I mean? That's what I would be worried about, because they have Digital Circus. They have that other one that's on Amazon, the one that we watched that I didn't like. I can't remember what it was called. Their first show. They have Gaslight District. They've now as well got Knights of Guinevere. And I'm pretty sure they have like a fifth show as well that I don't watch. So that's a lot. How's Nana? She's on the floor here beside the heater, lying on a fluffy white carpet. She seems happy. She seems chill. So each series has its own crew. Okay. But we don't know how big it is, you know? That's the thing. Like, they might be a distributor of the people who make the series. You know what I mean? Like, they might be the same people. But anyway. Hey, Odin, thank you so much for dropping a Prime sub. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you. You're such a legend. Cheers. Sorry, throat. What's my Teddy's name? Oh, we named it yesterday. Her name's Erin. Isn't she cute? With her little bucket hat. Another Odin. Wait, is your name Odin? No, wait, what? No, it's not. I've only ever read your name as Odinako. Okay, yeah, no, I was like, no, that's Odinako. Don't you, you're gaslighting me now if you're telling me this whole time I've been saying it wrong. What do you think about Ireland being only 1% of the forest it used to be? It is quite sad. It is quite sad because Ireland is just all green hills, and it's crazy how it used to be just a massive forest and it was all just completely chopped down. Like Ireland used to, the old name for Ireland used to be the Island of Wolves because we had so much forest and so much wolves. Pretty sad. This is honey and tea for my throat. It is very scratchy. I'm so sorry. It's just because of the fumes from last night. If my throat does start to get sore, like sore talking, I'll say it. Are there staples near your eyes? Not staples. I just did like X's. I thought they looked cute. I don't know. I just wanted to do a little motif on the side of my eyes. Maybe I should have brought them down to here because you can't see them because of my hair. Don't do heater fumes, kids. You'll get sick. About Ireland, possibly one of the best names. Yeah. Island of Wolves. All extinct willow tree. Oh wow. That's interesting. Are those balloons on the bed? Yeah. For my 30th birthday in September, my mom bought this like wall of balloons for downstairs in the kitchen, and when I was leaving, like in mid-September, everyone was telling her, "You keep those balloons up all the time." She's like, No, I'm taking them down when Clara goes. And then I was like, "We have to pop them now," and she was just like, "No, I can't. They look so cool." And I was like, "Man, you can't keep them up. You can keep them up there if you want, like." And she was like, "No, I can't keep them up there." And I was like, "Well, then we have to pop them." So she said, "No, I'll keep them up. But I came back and I guess she didn't want to pop them. But like, there's loads on the floor. Like they keep falling off the line, So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the floor around here. And I hate popping balloons. Does anyone here have like a fear of popping balloons? Like, I hate doing it. So I have to bring them downstairs to my mum and she just pops them. Happy Monday. I know I forgot to update the title. I've gained one quality or ability. If you could wake up tomorrow and have gained one quality or ability, what would it be? Oh, the ability to be fluent in Portuguese. Done. Just make my life easier. Just insta fluency. Fluency. Photo memory. Oh shit, no, Blackie wins. That's so true. Photo memory would be way better because, like, just because I was then fluent in Portuguese doesn't mean it's going to help me. But if I had the photo memory, I could learn the Portuguese and then, you know, I could learn every other language super easy. Blackie went higher. I poked the hole. No. I don't. No. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. Better healing or no pain. Oh, are you okay, man? You okay? You okay, dude? That's kind of a grim one. Are you alright? I hope you're okay. Be like Dr. Doodle, talk to animals. That might be beneficial, just to be like, Nana, shut the fuck up, and her actually to understand I'm telling her to shut the fuck up. But I would imagine it gets really annoying as well. But the benefits of ADHD without the drawbacks. Mood. Because ADHD kind of is like a superpower sometimes, you know? It kind of do be like a superpower. Let me see. I haven't been looking at TikTok at all. I haven't been on TikTok, like... Why won't it refresh my page? It won't let me in. There we go. Avoid TikTok is good for mental health. Yeah, well, I'm not, my mental health couldn't get any lower. So, I had something I wanted to show ye. Where is it? Because I haven't looked at my TikToks in forever. Oh, this is great. I have a video for ye. Your hair looks like the style of my ex's. She dumped me for a married 40-year-old. Well, shit. Sorry about that, dude. That fucking sucks. Fuck her, though, right?
Foreskin off his knob. Congratulations, sir. It's a boy. Great. I can't wait to cut the foreskin off his knob. Fuck all up trains. Congratulations.
You gotta admit, that's funny. I thought you'd like that. It gave me a good laugh. Oh, and I found one on Irish mythology as well for ye. I knew you'd like that too. Look, I think of ye, guys. I think of ye.
Did you know that most Did you know that most mermaids are out to get you? And there are even place names in Ireland that trace back to murderous mermaids. Sure, you've got your beautiful Merrows with the long green hair and the kissable coral lips, and you've got your Selkie wives with their seal skins and their wandering ways, and you've got
The Selkie come from Scandinavian mythology, but we share them.
the Fomorians, the kings and queens of undersea. You've also got the murderous Murdo Khan. See, these are beautiful sirens with gorgeous singing voices from the waist up. They'll sit up there on the sea combing out their long golden hair, but from the waist down, they're not fishtails they have. Bodies the size of hills, with grasping tentacles and rending teeth. There was a Fomorian king named Ra, and he wanted to hear the song of the Murdo Khan so much that he sailed out into the Irish Sea and he listened. And the Murdo Khans came and they sang to Ra so beautifully he fell asleep. And as soon as his eyes closed, they swarmed onto the deck and they tore him to pieces and devoured him, scattering his bones to the tide. One of those bones washed up at a place that's still named for it, Port Larga, the port of the thigh, where Roth's own thigh bone landed. And that place is known as Waterford today. Did you know that?
There you go. If you didn't know why it was called Waterford, now you do. I didn't know why it was called Waterford. I thought that was an interesting tidbit of information for ye. I never knew that. Is there anyone here that's from Ireland that knew why it was called that? There are worse ways to go. Being torn to pieces doesn't sound like a great way to go. But, you know, like, I guess there could be worse ways to go, I guess. Let me see. I do save stuff for you. I just gotta find it. Oh, I saw this video which I thought was really interesting. It's on a completely different wavelength, a lot darker, but it's a dude who was down the red pill pipeline and how he came out. So I thought this was interesting. Why are you been up 24 hours? You should go to sleep, man.
Start out, you're just
I think this is really he's got good information on this too. Oop. Fuck me. Okay, that's better.
like, hey, we just want to, you start out, you're just like, hey, we just want to be better with dating. We just want better social skills, right? And then before you know it, you're talking about like women are dogs and you need to train them. When I was 17, I fell down the red pill pipeline and I managed to get myself out about 5 years later. The term red pill comes from the movie The Matrix. So it's basically saying that you have a truth or knowledge no one else seems to have. They would say that society is gynocentric, which means that society caters to women, that women only want the top 20% of guys. And this isn't true. I would say at 17, I was socially awkward, very introverted. I felt I was ugly in high school. So I went on YouTube and looked up tips regarding dating and women. It eventually led me down this deep, dark hole. It was able to kind of take...
I'm sorry, I just want to stop him for a second. I feel it's like really sad though, because I doubt he was what he says, like, you know, unattractive. And it's just, I feel there's a lot of self-doubt. There's not a lot of, like, you know, for girls are always told to, like, be confident, you know, throughout childhood. But I feel like boys aren't told to be confident as much. They're told to, you gotta be good. What do you think about that? Because I feel like girls are always, like, girl power, stuff like that. And you always see, like, you know, that kind of stuff, you know? But you never really see it for lads, especially young boys. And young boys are supposed to be like, that's stupid, you know? But I can see how you can get into that hole, And it's really sad that he was so young and he was like, you know, really fighting with his insecurities like that. It's not even like, you know, a bad thing. Like, you don't have to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend to be happy at 17. Like, if you have friends, you should be happy. Yeah, that's a very big thing. Just good friends.
Take the weight of blame off of myself. Like, actually, women are the ones in control. You're actually the victim in this situation. It's a very appealing thing to be the victim. I didn't view it as like, I've got to put.
That's a wild thing to say, though. It's a very appealing thing to be the victim. Because if you're the victim, then it takes the responsibility to do better off of you, and it puts it onto someone else as being the problem. That's such a great line, though. Like, you know, it's so easy to be the victim.
Them down type of thing. Like, it was saying that, hey, we understand why you feel bad. If you just learn what we have to give you, you'll be the one winning here soon. Before you know it, you're commenting, you're reading more of it, but at the same time, you're distrustful of the women around you. You're distrustful of people around you because you think they don't know what you know. It just degrades your own mental health. You start, without even realizing it, isolating yourself. I actually felt really embarrassed if people caught me, which kind of is a telltale sign that's probably you should be watching it. I first started questioning my beliefs when I went through a breakup. Me and a friend of mine, we went to a cabin party. I started crying in front of one of the girls who I liked there. This girl responded rather with like shame and disgust that the red pill told me that they would react. She was actually like really kind about it. And that kind of made me think, what if I'm wrong? And then afterward,
I'm sorry, I keep cutting him off, but like what I wanted to say was that I feel like a lot of red pill culture does demonify women and girls, so that it breaks down your confidence. And instead of giving this dude what he wanted, which was to be able to find a girlfriend, it tore away at his confidence more, so that it resulted in him actually being so stressed that he ended up crying in front of a girl that he liked. So how can you say that this helped him when what he wanted was to get a girlfriend, and it destroyed his mental health so much?
I was bar hopping with a group of guys, and a few of them were red pilled. It was the first time actually meeting other red pill guys, and I could just kind of see how bitter and angry they were. There was this one guy, and he was trying to do pickup techniques. It was obvious that the girls weren't liking it at all, but he kept getting more and more aggressive. I'm like, is this how I see the world? And it kind of disgusted me. I feel very guilty and ashamed, because it's just like, you really thought that, man? Like, this is totally unnuanced. The reason I say it's compared to a cult, they don't like outsiders. They don't like outside thought. A lot of the comments started also sounding the same too. There was no original thought. There's a lot of, you guys make me feel like I'm at home, complaining about women, repeal the 19th. That's the amendment that allows women to vote. There was a lot of rage. I have a mom, I have women friends, so it would be kind of like, I don't want to take away their rights. And then over time they got really disgusting. I don't feel comfortable saying some of the other stuff I saw, just vile, misogynistic comments. That was another thing that helped me realize my beliefs in the red pill were wrong. When I first started to decide to actively stop watching red pill content, it was like flooding my feed. I would just click not interested. But regardless, they just kept appearing over and over. So yeah, it took me roughly about a year. I'm on ex-red pill forums to help other people out like I would have helped me out. Helping others too is kind of maybe a way of like rectifying it. So something I wish that someone would told me when I was in the red pill, not everyone who tells you that you're right is your friend. I feel like content creators.
That's like, this guy has like such good lines in this video. Because, like, yeah, not everyone's your friend. So, like, you might think you're getting good advice, but, you know, you might not be. It's good to get all sides of the situation if you're actually looking for advice. Don't just take one person's advice, because it could be the wrong advice. Because you don't know. People say stuff when they're angry, when they're depressed, that kind of stuff. And I wouldn't be you know, it wouldn't be the person I'd be actively seeking the advice, you know, from. But especially on this category.
In the red pill, they don't believe sincerely what they say, and they're only saying it to get money and time out of you. Feminism is not bad. It's required in today's society. Also, men and women have different preferences, and sometimes you won't meet them. That's nothing personal. I think community is the solution for this. The isolation and self-involved nature of these is what's leading people down these rabbit holes. There are still lots of men, especially young men, who are being introduced to these philosophies. And if I can avoid anyone from feeling the loneliness and rage and isolation I felt when I was that young, that's a win. You start out, you're just...
To be honest, you have no actual idea how much your emotional thirst traps work. I know the videos are a bit tongue-in-cheek. What does that mean? Just curious. I don't know what the word means. Saying means. But I also know you're serious and it works. Guys don't hear that, like genuine caring. That's why full-service barbershops do well. Okay, there's two questions that I have there. What does tongue-in-cheek mean? And what do you mean by that's why full-service barbershops do well? Are you saying that they do well because it's a place where guys go to get, like, pampered? Because it's the only place that they can feel comfortable getting pampered? Oh, tongue-in-cheek is satire. It's not satire, though. I wouldn't say it's satire because all of those you know, those when I say stuff in the video like, oh, I was reading this book because you liked it and I wanted to see what it was about. That's something I do. Or if, you know, it's like, if what else did I say? I said stuff like, you know, I was putting on your laundry and I stole one of your hoodies as payment. Again, that's something I'd say. So it might be like, you know, satire in the way that it's a skit, like, you know, for TikTok, but everything in the video is something that I would say. And I do know that, and I that's why I do like making the videos, because I know how hard it is for some people, and some people just need to hear kind words sometimes, you know. That's how I see it. I think that's the best way I can describe it, why I did those videos. Now we're going to roast in here. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, come and join us on Twitch. Comfortable being pampered, but talking to friends, many of whom are red-pilled, it's rough. I never thought it as, like, you know, guys like to feel comfortable being pampered. That's wild. I never even thought about it like that. That it's just like a safe space for guys to go and feel relaxed and like they're getting something done. It makes sense though. It 100% makes sense. I never thought about it. It's very interesting. Thanks for that. That was insightful, to be fair. Sorry, my throat is really sore. But that's wild. If you have any more insightful thoughts, please drop them in the chat, because that was deep, man. That was deep. Let me see if do I have anything else here for you guys. Oh, I want to get one of these. I can't play because I can't play this. There's like copyright music in the background, but I'm gonna get one of these on Amazon on Friday. It's a tea strainer, so like you put the tea in the top part and then it filters through the bottom. How great is that? I want to get me one of those. I'm gonna get me one of those. because I have really nice Sakura tea downstairs, and I'm using a coffee strainer right now, like, you know, the ones you press down so that it keeps the coffee at the bottom. I got one of those for my tea, and it works. It works. I had a good cup of tea. Sorry, my voice. I had a good cup of tea. But no, I'll get me one of those on Friday so I can have my my tea. Oh, I saw this really nice baking video. If anyone here likes baking, this was, I thought, really cool. I can't play the copyright music, but you got your blueberry, put them in a pan. You get some brown sugar, some orange zest, low heat, Greek yogurt, 2 eggs, more sugar, condensed milk. Give that an old whisk. You put the berries into it, give it another whisk. Okay, we then butter a pan, get some puff pastry, put it at the bottom, make sure the sides are done, stab holes in the bottom so that some air gets through. I did not think I'd be doing all this work. So then we're going to cut some pieces so that we can make a really pretty pie crust. It looks like it's easy enough. And then we put some blueberries in the middle. Boom. That's a bit too much icing sugar for me, but how good? How good does that look? That looks good. I can't believe someone says under the okay, but where's the recipe? Like, I thought it was like at the top or in the comment section, but it's there. It's there. Someone posted it. Especially with some fresh blueberries. Oh, fresh blueberries. Yum. I love blueberries so much. I had strawberries. I have strawberries and raspberries right now. I don't have any. Oh, my mom has a load of blueberries, but they're my mom's blueberries. She's very like, don't leave me with barely any. And I'm just like, it's not my fault you use like a bowl. You eat like a bowl of blueberries a day. Next stream is the recipe live. Oh my god, no, I couldn't. It'd be so hard to do that up in my room. I don't have the ability to do cloudberries. Oh my god, it'd be so nice with cloudberries, wouldn't it? Oh, I wish I had cloudberries. You can't get cloudberries in Ireland. You can only get them in Scandinavian countries and Nordic countries, obviously. But oh, I'd love that. Who the fuck's texting me? Someone on WhatsApp. So it can't be important. But it can be, but I hope it's not. Cloudberries would be so nice. What are those? Oh, you have them in Alaska. You could probably call them something different. This is cloudberry. They look like this. They're really nice. They're really good. They grow like this. Never seen those before. They're in Alaska. Let's see, cloudberries. Locations. See? The cloudberry map. Canada, Alaska, Ireland apparently, Scandinavia, Nordic countries, and Russia. Yeah, you can get them. You should be able to get them. They grow in the tundra. That's where they thrive. Never seen cloudberry. If you live in a big American city, you'd probably be able to find one if you went into, I don't know what kind of store you'd be looking for. Maybe a jam store? or something, or a big supermarket that has a lot of fruit from different parts of the world. That would be another place you'd probably find them. But I would definitely have a hard time, I'd say, finding them in Ireland, because in my life I have never seen cloudberries before in the shop, and I'm always in the fruit section. Sorry, my throat is so sore. No, you can go cloudberry picking in Helsinki, can't you? Or is it Oulu the closest? I thought you could go cloudberry picking in Helsinki because people go out there in the summer. Maybe it's just raspberries. When you pick berries, do you pick more than you collect? What do you mean? Nope, too south. Really? Wow, that's crazy. So, where would be the line for where the cloudberries would start to Tampere? Apparently there are cloudberries in the market here in Ohio. I'll have to give them a try. You should give them a try. They're really nice. Try cloudberry jam. Cloudberry jam is unreal. I love cloudberry jam so much. 100% worth it. Do you know where I'd love to visit? We're just everyone's saying they're going to take a trip. I'm just like, do you know where I'd love to go? I'd love to go to Edinburgh just for a weekend. Oh, I swear, that is just like my latest obsession, because technically speaking, I'm pretty sure I could go for like €20 or something. Let me look up Skyscanner right now just for the crack. Sightings in Helsinki though. See, I definitely have heard of people seeing cloudberries in Helsinki. I definitely have. I know I have friends that have gone out literally this summer and they've picked cloudberries and something else. I can't remember what else it was, but they definitely went out with their family. Let's see, Edinburgh. Return. It's November right now, so let's see December. Apparently it's €34. It's €20. Oh my god, there's no Friday flights. How bizarre. How weird is that? There's not a single Friday flight. Oh, there is. In 2 weeks' time, it's €62. Back on Sunday, 44. So yeah, technically, if I wanted to, don't have the money. Technically, Edinburgh is only 100. But then you have to take into account, like, you know, accommodation, and then you got to take into account, like, you know, everything else. But Edinburgh has been on my mind. What other cool berries are out there? There's a world full of cool berries. There's a world full of cool berries to try. In Brazil, they have loads of different kinds of fruit that I've never heard of. Post myself. Oh, post myself to Scotland. Yeah, don't really see that. Don't really see myself being able to get around that one. And also, what am I going to do with poor Nana? There's no one to look after her, so I will not be going anywhere for a long time, because I would be terrified to leave Nana here because my mum would just let her out and leave her out all night. Genuinely, she's done it so many times. Like, I was always so afraid to let Nana, like, to leave and go away for, like, even, like, a night, because my mum would just leave Nana outside. I'd have to call my mum. I would have to call my mum to make sure that she remembers to let Nana in, because she leaves her out all day. Which is ridiculous. Hey, Trekkie, thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for joining us and coming over and joining us from YouTube, genuinely. Yeah, poor Nana. So I don't really go anywhere because I'm afraid that Nana will just be left outside until I get home. It means I save money. That's one way to see it anyway, you know. But where is everyone from in the chat today? Shout out. If you're watching on YouTube, come and join us on Twitch. The link is in my YouTube About section. South Wales. Hey! Types of berries in nature that you can eat. Wow. I could only name 3, 4 that you'd be able to get in Finland. Raspberries, blueberries, cloudberries, cranberries, blackberries. 5. I wouldn't even know any other ones. Is this what you do when you were younger in Finland? You go to Scouts and you learn all about it. Oh, I guess you learn about it in the army as well. You're in America? Welcome to the chat, yo. Both. It's good though that you know, because if situation ever came to situation, at least you'd know. As long as it's not like, you know, the dead of winter. Do you have special ones that are only from winter though? There's a good question. There's another question for you. Let me see, did I see anything else I wanted to show you? Just checking. No. I showed you everything. I think I showed you everything. Well, I'm going to have a look through my TikTok anyway, eventually, one of the days. And if I see anything, I will 100% say to you. I'll have a look at the Discord reaction channel. That would explain why I felt like you were reading something else. Hi from YouTube. Thank you for joining us on Twitch. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, genuinely. If there's anyone here on YouTube that wants to come over and join us on Twitch, you are more than welcome. Foraging hint. Cloudberries mostly grow up in Scottish Highlands. Very rare down to the south parts. I'm a plant kind of guy. There you go. You can get them in the Scottish Highlands. That's wild. I guess, yeah. I guess you wouldn't get them in the south of Ireland. You never know, but I don't think so. It's been very warm. Like, it was super warm on Sunday. Yesterday, I think, was kind of cold. Today, it's cold. I haven't been outside today, but I feel it's very cold. I was up, like, all night. I was going to look at the Discord. Sorry. Winter Wonderland starts this weekend. They have all the food up on the website. In London. You should drink some more water. I was literally just thinking that. Yeah, I won't be going to London, though, anytime soon. I'm just not in the mood with my dad. I feel like he's trying to take advantage of my situation. I know I haven't really talked about my situation, and it's not something that I feel okay, really to talk about. But so my sister sends me a message on Tuesday, and it's my sister is 5. I'll have you all know, and it was her, and it was Tuesday? No, maybe like Friday last week, and she was like, "Hi Clara, I miss you. Maybe we can come over and see you." It was a video of her, like, and I was just like, no. Not to my sister, but to my dad, I was like, no, because I don't have the mental framework to, look after a kid right now, and I don't have the time to, see ye. So there's not really, it's not really a good time right now. Sorry, I'm just being honest. Like, I don't have the time. I'm busy. This isn't a good time. And then I was going through town yesterday, and I said to somebody, I was like, no, not yesterday, on Sunday, and I was like, wow, it's so packed for a Sunday. And my mom was like, sure, it's the Trad Fest. Who wants to put 1 and 2 together? Right? He only wants to come over so that he can go to a music festival, and they can leave my 5-year-old sister with me. It's not to see me. It's not to hang out with me and my sister. It's so that they can go drinking and they can leave her with somebody. A free babysitter. And Jody also said to me, he was like, oh, you should think about coming to Lanzarote with us at Christmas. And I literally said, quote unquote, I would rather throw myself into the ocean than babysit for 2 weeks over Christmas. Like, what? How am I supposed to stream in Lanzarote? Like, I work. I literally will be working nearly, I'd say, every day except for Christmas Day. I'll be here with you guys on stream. And I'd nearly be streaming Christmas Day if they let me. Do you know what? I would be streaming Christmas Day, but I'm just not allowed. It's the one day of the year I am not allowed. But yep. So I'm not talking to my dad. And I think, I'm kind of justified in not talking to him right now, because I feel like every interaction, it has to be something that he can get something out of. So I'm not going to London, because I know if I go to London and tell him I'm in London, that it'll just be me looking after her in the apartment when I would be wanting to go to the Winter Wonderland. Annoying. But what's this? All in all, just fuck it all? Oh my god, what is that? I can't show that, Mike. I can't show that. Okay. to Dublin because other one was full. Court hears. What the fuck is this? Oh, this is annoying. 1 second. There we go.
Crimes I've ever seen. This fella couldn't get on the bus because it was full, so he stole another bus and fucking drove it home. He was trying to get from Donegal to Dublin, and if you've
That is a cursed route. That's a cursed route.
ever been on an Irish bus, you know it can only take the most efficient route. His path probably would have looked a little something like this. He went from Donegal to Fermanagh, then into Leitrim before going on to Sligo and going back to Leitrim to do a bit of a school run, then down to Roscommon to pick up Mary outside her house. She does bingo on Thursdays. Then down, of course, to Clare to do a bit of a fuel up at the petrol station before going to Galway to drop off a group of Americans to do a tour. Then, of course, we're going to go to Knock and Mayo. It's nearly the novena, so we have to light a few candles, drop a few people off there before going to Westmeath, and finally arriving in our destination of Wicklow before he told himself he'd gotten on the wrong bus. Of course,
He's being funny, but he's not being that inaccurate, because if you want to go to Dublin to Donegal, you'll probably have to go, I'd say, either Donegal to Belfast over here and then Belfast to Dublin, or if there's no direct route, you'll probably have to go from Donegal to Cavan to maybe Belfast, and Belfast to Dublin, because there's just no available buses ever for where you want to go. You have to go the craziest ways. Like, I tried to go from Clare to over here. I know Garen's in the way, but Clare to over here, and it took like 7 hours because it stopped everywhere along the way.
none of the other buses would have been able to catch him
And it takes an hour and a half if I was to drive.
on such an efficient, streamlined route. It's hardly the perfect crime though, because you are at home and the bus is outside, so a small flaw in an otherwise perfect plan. So remember, crime doesn't pay, and if it does, it has to pay cash because the ticket machine isn't working. Follow me, I'm delicious.
Love that. Wait, BRB, I've drank so much water now during this live. I'm dying for a wee. So just let me... There's no space to get up. Jesus Christ. Ooh. Ah. Okie dokie. Sorry. I've been drinking a lot of water. Sorry. If the crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know? Will I win the lotto tonight? Will I win the lotto tonight? That would be nice. I would like that. That's something that's interesting. I would like to win the lotto tonight, lads. If I won the lotto tonight, oh, I wouldn't quit streaming. I would continue to stream, but you wouldn't see me Thursday. Oh, adapter, thank you so much. Adapters, thank you so much, man. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much for the 10 subs. That's so nice of you. Thank you, man. You're such a legend. Thank you so much. It's the lottery. It came in. Oh, do you know what? I would tell you. Because how would I be able to hide it? Be like, okay, guys, nobody question my really big new stream room and, like, my super awesome new background in a new house. And nobody question why we're streaming in Japan and then why we'll be live streaming in China. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Don't ask why we're live streaming with the best cameras possible from a music festival, and I have paid camera crew. It would be too obvious. I wouldn't be able to hide it. If I win, you can have half. Thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, dude. If I win, everyone who was here today, I'll send all of you one thing you'd like. I'll take a picture of the list. I'll be like, I'll go to everyone. Tell me one thing you want. House. New house. There goes all my lotto money. Oh, now I gotta stand by this. Well, you heard it here, folks. If I win the lottery tonight, everyone in the chat gets one nice thing. There's not much you really want. Of course there is. Of course there is. Of course you'd like some new streaming stuff. I don't know. There's gotta be something. I came over from YouTube Live. That chat is brutal. Why? What are they saying? It's much better to come and join us on Twitch. Everyone on Twitch is... I'm not saying that the people on YouTube aren't nice. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying there's a lot of messers because it does arrive on the YouTube front page and in the scrolling icon. Nana won the lottery. You should see her right now. She is loving the radiator. I'll take a picture for you. No. I hate that. I'll send it into Discord. Oh my gosh. Why is there so many pop-ups on Discord? I put it into the general chat. She looks so cute. Well, I guess I can show it here. 1 second. Scroll up. There. Look at the baby. Look at the belly. Look at the belly. She got her nips out. She's enjoying the floor. There, see, look, there's the radiator. She loves it. And there's the loose balloons that I have to bring down to my mom. Oh, she doesn't like belly scratches. She likes belly rubs. She likes when you rub her belly. Nothing she quite enjoys more than a belly rub. Oh, the shutdown end deal. What's this about? Jesus, my mom's really trying to close that back door. Can you hear her? What's this?
Democrats completely caved to the Republicans and gave up way more than expected to end this shutdown. Democrat leadership is furious with 8 of its own party members after they broke with the party line and voted to
Jesus fucking Christ, can you hear her downstairs? What the fuck? Oh my god, I hope she's done. It sounds like the door is trying to... she's trying to fight the door, like. Let me go back to the start, because I couldn't pay attention.
Democrats completely caved to the Republicans and gave up way more than expected to end this shutdown. Democrat leadership is furious with 8 of its own party members after they broke with the party line and voted to advance a Republican funding bill through the Senate. And the bill is a massive loss for the liberals in these 2 categories. First,
Who was paid off and how much?
the Democrats' entire game plan for prolonging the shutdown was to prove to their base that they are capable of standing up to the Republicans and winning. However, after weeks of stonewalling where they failed to secure a single one of their demands, it was ultimately the Democrats who embarrassingly caved and accepted a deal that was...
I hate when, like, news reporters are biased, like, you know, embarrassingly.
Presented to them weeks ago. The agreement will fund the government through the year, rehire all laid off employees, and give back pay to federal workers. But what it notably doesn't include, and this is the one thing that the Democrats were holding out for, is a measure to extend affordable care benefits set to expire by the end of the year. And had the Democrats agreed to this deal weeks ago, they could have prevented a lot of suffering for the American people. Democrats completely caved to the
I'm sorry, I'm so out of the loop on American politics. You're gonna have to explain that to me like I'm 5. Is it not a good thing that the American government is back up and running? I don't know. The only good thing about this is that the ACA subsidies do not get renewed. It will all be on the Republicans. Don't know what that means. Not fully, but yet it still has to go to the House to be voted on. If they refuse, it's back to square one. On my news this morning, they said it did include an extension for affordable care. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? If you start a fight, you need to get something out of it. Now they just lose more. Okay, so they were doing this as a way to get more stuff for, like, American citizens, and now it's hurting a lot, but the Americans want them to keep going, and because they're going for a deal, it's bad, because why did we suffer? Is that the point? It's cancelled Obamacare, aka our universal health care. Oh, it's to prevent the subsidies from being lost and having insurance in some cases triple in price. I was just thinking that, are you a little bit cooked? Just questions. Are you a little bit cooked right now? Be honest with me. Now people suffered for nothing. We are well done, you're burnt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I know it's not your fault. My healthcare premium is going from $376 to $1,724. That's ridiculous. Because the Republicans not wanting to extend the Affordable Health Care Act. I wouldn't be able to afford that. No way. Can you afford that? Can you afford paying $1,724 a month? That's like a third of my freaking salary. That's nearly half. I would get like $3,000 a month. And I know that's good. But no one can afford that kind of healthcare. That's a joke, like. You're being robbed, lads. I am so sorry. My throat is so sore. Oh. That'll be 75%. Yeah, no. You couldn't pay that. Anyone can get emergency care in the States, but they'll get slapped with the bill. Yeah, but that bill's ridiculous. Like, yeah, you can say anyone can get emergency care, but no one can afford it. That's the point. And that's the sad point. No one can afford it. Single mom chose food stamps over getting a job.
You are
I actually don't like this guy. I think this guy is kind of a bully now. I used to like his content, but I kind of feel like he's turned into a bully.
choosing not to work, so the taxpayer is giving you food stamps. Go get a fucking job.
The problem is one of my children is special needs.
What does he have? She, they, probably.
So he has ADHD and
Like, how is that necessary? Like, literally, he proves my point that I think he's a bully. How is it necessary saying he, she, they, probably? Like, you're talking about a child.
autistic.
And is this officially diagnosed via a
Yes.
doctor? Is he able to communicate with other people?
Yes.
So he has ADHD and autism.
Yes, but if
talk
he's-
about f***ing every child born
I know.
today. That's not a thing that prevents you from going and getting a job.
No,
He's
but
not
if
sitting
he
there
has-
stroking it out in the middle of school.
But if he's
If someone started talking to me like that, I don't care if it's on camera, I would say you are being extremely inappropriate and I'm not comfortable having this conversation with you. That's just an inappropriate thing to say. Just towards anyone that is like low functioning autistic. What the frick?
got problems and I've got to go get him.
But you are failing them by making $1,000 a month because you're trying to build your business that is a failure. You could go make more.
I could go make more, but
There you
then
go.
I wouldn't be able
If
to be
someone
there
is
for my
saying they
kids.
could go make more and yet we subsidize them, is that fair?
I don't want to be absent from my kids' life because they don't have
Absent
another
for their
parent.
life. If you're working 9 to 5, you're not. Dude, there's single families all over the place and people
For
can have a
sure.
good life. You're working 20 hours a week. You're not working 40. I don't want to hear it. If you're working 60, 80, you never see them, yes, I would be on your side. You're working 20. You are choosing.
Some things he says are good. Like, what he says, it's important to hear, especially for these people. But yeah, the way he approaches it is so bad. Does anyone agree with me that they think he's just turned into a bully? Because we used to watch a lot of his stuff, but I don't like watching his stuff as much anymore. My YouTube chat's broken. There, fixed it. But in this case, no. Yeah. Like, she could go get another job. And it's unfortunate that, you know, she's a single mother. But a lot of parents are single parents. And they have children to look after. And they have to go to work as well. But you can't afford to raise 2 kids on $1,200 or $1,000 a month. Like, you should be trying to get more for them. Unfortunately, in America, the soft approach has been used for too long. So we've reached the point where we have no choice but to go hard. No, I completely disagree with you. There is being honest with somebody, and then there is being rude. There is being mean to a child. There's being mean to a special needs child. And a lot of the things that he said, some of it was good for her to hear, but it was outweighed by the terrible things that he said about the child. You cannot change my mind on that. The child was catching strays throughout that conversation. Let's see what else we got here. This laziness be next level. Let's go.
A nurse.
Oh no. Anything with nurse, I just go, frick.
Was so lazy that he killed his patients to reduce his workload. Reports are coming out today that an unnamed 44-year-old German man has been sentenced to life in prison after killing 10 of his patients and attempting to murder at least 27 others. Prosecutors say that he targeted mainly his elderly patients by injecting them with lethal amounts of painkillers or sedatives to ease his workload.
Did it say he was German?
During night shifts. Bro, killing because you can't be asked is wild. But what makes this even worse is that all of these offenses took place over a period of just 6 months. And it might not even end there, because authorities believe that he could be linked to even more victims prior to this time frame. A nurse was so late.
This happens all the time. He just got caught. I know it's not the same, but my past cousin's ex-girlfriend, I don't know what to call her, but his ex-girlfriend, she is now a qualified nurse, and she's working in the main hospital in Limerick, down from me. And the head nurse told her that, you know, when you see all the buttons going off on the wall for people needing assistance, ignore them. Because if you answer one, you'll be answering them all night, and there's no point. The head nurse of the hospital said that. Can you imagine that? Because people call the nurse for so many different reasons. Yeah, there's really no compassion in healthcare. I feel like this should be happening more. Like, people should be losing their jobs, and people should be, like, held accountable for the actions that they've done. I can understand what you mean by burnout in your job, but these people don't have a choice that they're in this bed, you know? They're there, and you're supposed to be looking after them, and you're supposed to be taking care of them. And it's not fair if, you know, if you think about it, it could be like your brother, your sister, your kid, your mom, your dad, your nana, who's trying to get something, and you know the nurses are ignoring them. They're actively ignoring them. It's just, yeah, don't let another person suffer. It's not fair. Sorry, my throat is sore. I feel like I'm getting scratchier. Am I getting scratchier? What else we got? Thank you for sending all these really good videos, by the way, guys. I really appreciate it. What if Pokemon were set in Ireland?
Hi everyone, hope you're all well.
Oh my god, let's go.
Well, so I'm gonna try and make a fake mon region, but
Jeez.
actually there's no but. That's what I'm doing. I've wanted to give it a go since I was a child, and now since I'm in another Pokemon phase, specifically fake mon, I've just decided that I'm gonna go for it. And I wanted to show you the first part of what I've done. So this video will introduce the professors, the player characters, and the starter lines.
Oh, I love this. Let's go.
Without further ado,
let's go.
This is the Balladry region. Pretend there's an amazing map, I haven't finished it yet.